It looks like Liam Carlton against Micah Greenbaum. That's Bant Spirits against Demir Inverter. You see Azorius Control in the hands of Cole Cunningham against Jake Mardello playing Team of Reclamation. Jake last week was playing Mono Red Aggro. And then Chris Marshall still playing Heliod Company here against Robert Seder, who is playing Azorius Control. So that gives you an idea of our matchup. And we are about to be underway. Let's do it to it. Let's start with some Pioneer. Micah Greenbaum going to kick things off with just the most basic of islands. A breeding pool enters the battlefield tapped here for Liam Carlton. Bant Spirits, again, continuing to rise in popularity. Looks to be a pretty powerful and effective deck in Pioneer now. I'm sure it will go through some changes over the next handful of days, given the results of both this tournament and the recent Players Tour events, but it has been solidified as a player in the Pioneer format.
So we've talked over the years about the notion of competitors in our events as Street Fighter characters, like they have their one or two moves.
Okay.
Cole Cunningham,
Yeah.
Azorius Control guy. All formats, all the time. I've never not seen it.
Oh, really? Okay.
I don't know if he's had any big finishes on the tour just yet, but I've seen him, deep into day 2 of multiple events and is playing for top 4 here, presumably. And I've never, I guess Esper Control I've seen as well.
Sure,
but it's
same thing.
But just counter spells, card drawing, and removal.
Hey, you know what I say? Stick to what works.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. I like aggro decks. You like red decks. Cole Cunningham, he likes a blue-white control strategy or some sort of control strategy. And so you know what? Just do that.
Or excuse me, Robert Seder. They have 2 Azorius Control players on their team. But their player in the modern seat, Robert Seder.
So you see at Thoughtseize, Spell Queller, Empyrean Eagle, Rattle Chains among the options here.
Do you want to go through the finishes?
I mean, I could go through the finishes. They're all with they're all with Azorius Control, Esper Super Friends, Blue-White Control, all that stuff. It's just a page of that in the Star City Games database. So.
SCGPHILLY, winner, Azorius Control. SCGPHILLY, third place, Azorius Control. SCGPHILLY, 8th place, Azorius Control. And it's just a page of that.
He just he knows what he likes. Might be a tough matchup there for Chris Marshall playing Heliod Company. We'll see as here's a Rattle Chains. The Chain Gang. Looks like on the main phase. So we're going to head back now over to to Micah Greenbaum. Micah does not have a land. The camera appears to have been a little unkind. So we're going to go back over to Liam now, who's got a 2-1 that allows you to play your creatures at instant speed. There's the Glacial Fortress and attack here with Rattle Chains. 2 damage will come across. Maybe before damage we're going to play a Lord. Nope, just going to pass the turn back. Not going to get too crazy. Micah going to fall down to 16, it appears.
No, you can't play your Lord post-combat. You just got to make a different play.
Yeah.
Got to make a different play. Can't give up the game.
Here's Imperium Eagle. Okay. That is a Mystical Dispute in the main deck by Micah Greenbaum. Okay.
All right, so no harm, no foul.
Yep. Don't see that often, but we're seeing it here. Maybe looking to get a little bit of edge in the Demir Inverter mirror as we head back over to Greenbaum. 1 main deck copy of Mystical Dispute. Here's an Omen of the Sea. And the battlefield Scratchwise. On the hunt for a land, I imagine. And those cards are headed to the bottom. Drawing a card now is Greenbaum. Looks like he may have found a land there and drawn Catacombs, so there is a land for the turn. And he's going to pass the turn back. Let's head back over to Liam Carlton now. Carlton very quickly going to play a Breeding Pool untapped. Here's an attack for 2. Micah Greenbaum going to fall down to 12. We'll head back Micah's way. Fabled passes the draw, so he found land number 4.
Carlton, though, with a signal there of potentially Collected Company. Interested to see here if Greenbaum's willing to risk any of his marquee 4s into either a Spell Queller or Collected Company into Spell Queller. At some point, he's going to have to do some work on his main phase. He can't avoid it forever. So I think, your position's not going to get better, especially if you're worried about Collected Company. You're just going to be looking at a lot of damage next turn and being far away from executing the combo. So even if the odds are low, I think you got to give it a shot.
So there is an island off of the Fabled Passage. And we'll see where Greenbaum wants to go next.
Modern Classic players. Pairings for round 6 are making their way to pairings for now. And are
Might be
also
thinking
available
Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, or he could go straight to the Inverter.
round 6 pairing.
Flip the script on the deck.
I mean, you got to give yourself, basically, you got to hope that this Collected Company doesn't hit Spell Queller and that you can win the game very quickly. You don't have time to mess around.
Here's Inverter of Truths.
Because it isn't just about being Spell Queller, it's about beating a bunch of damage in the air before you're set up. So you just got to, even if the odds are low, I think you got to at least try.
Well, here's Collected Company. No surprise there. 2 very powerful 4-mana spells in the Pioneer format, and Company and Inverter are now on the stack. Company will resolve first. As Robert is hoping to find a Spell Queller here. And there is one. And that's a Supreme Phantom as well. That's a big hit right there. Oh, man.
Best possible, or maybe something else.
Liam giving this one a long thought.
Maybe he's considering Mausoleum Wanderer.
Sure. I think you can lock in Spell Queller.
Yeah,
I would say.
I like getting the best possibles here.
I have no problem with you thinking it through, of course. Great Collected Company there from Liam Carlton. Now he will untap, and he will draw. Seven points of power on the battlefield at this exact moment.
Another Company in hand.
And that could add the necessary power to actually get the game over with, depending on if you hit the appropriate number of Lords.
Raise your hand if you are still making your way to your seat. Modern Classic players, welcome to round
There's a main phase Company. Yeah, sure. Micah says, I'm tapped out. You do whatever it is that you want to do, young man.
Just break it.
Yep. 2 Lords will get it done if he's able to find 2 more. Supreme Phantoms and Empyrean Eagles, of course. Those are the Lords that we're looking for. And there's an Eagle and a Selfless Spirit. Selfless Spirit giving you a little bit of defense.
Best possible again, sure.
Now, if one were to have a card like a Languish here, it would clean things up. But Dimir Inverter is not a deck that generally plays Languish in the main deck. And as we have the ability to take a look at Micah's main deck, he does not have that card in his main deck at all. So I would say that Micah Greenbaum, after taking that hit, is almost assuredly on a no-outer, sitting at 2 life.
Does Languish would it even work here? The Lords are so back-heavy now.
Well, the Eagle is a 3/4.
Yeah, okay. You get everything. Yep.
The Supreme Phantom is also a 3/4. Excuse me, a 2/4. So Micah's going to take his cards with him and concede the game. Liam Carlton wins game number 1 here over Micah Greenbaum. Bant Spirits very quickly up a game over Dimir Inverter. A difficult matchup for the Dimir Inverter deck for sure. Has no updates on our other matches just yet. You would expect those to take a little bit longer because Azorius Control is involved in both. On our top match, our modern match, Azorius Control against Heliod Company. And then in our bottom match, it's Azorius Control against Teamer Reclamation in Standard. For now, we'll turn our attention to the sideboards here. We'll start with Micah Greenbaum, as he'll be on the play here for game number 2. Mystical Disputes in the sideboard. There should only be 2 of those. Might have these sideboards backwards a little bit? Yes, we do. These sideboards are backwards, so we'll flip these around. 3 Pack Rat, 2 Dampening Spheres, some other goodies here, so we'll get those fixed and we'll go over those cards.
2 Damning Spheres, 3 Pack Rats, a Cast Down, a Hero's Downfall, 2 Mystical Disputes, and a Gate, a Jace Friend's Prodigy, a Cletus, Trader of Get, Cryocanarium, Languish, and Witch's Vengeance. I like the Sweepers and Languish and Witch's Vengeance. I like Jace Friend's Prodigy just fine in a matchup where the opponent can't kill it really reliably. 2 Mystical Disputes, a Hero's Downfall, the Cast Down, all seem solid. I think Pack Rat's probably too slow for this matchup is my guess.
Yeah, I don't think that Pack Rat is an ideal spot here in this matchup at all, so not sure we're going to do that at all here. Some matchups I think Pack Rat's quite good, Mirror as an example, but I do not think that this is one of them.
Yeah, I mean, if you most of the time you want it to be way faster than what your opponent's doing, but if you're just making it right every turn, most Spirit Straws are just going to be too fast for that sort of thing, and it provides no defense. You're turning the game to a pure race, and Banned Spirits is well set up to play that sort of game, and you're just sort of faking it. So I think you're better off trying to keep the control elements of the deck and the inverter combo intact, but just have a little bit more removal, a little bit more interaction.
For our Banned Spirits player, Liam Carlton, he's got 2 Monastery Mentors, 2 Rest in Peace, a Stony Silence, 2 Ether Gust, 2 Celestial Purges. Oh, actually, that's just backwards and wrong, too. This is fun. I'm just getting all sorts wrong. 4 Mystical Dispute, 4 Deputy Detention, 2 Pyramiding Mass, 2 Rest in Peace, a Disdainful Stroke, a Settle the Wreckage, and an Archangel Avacyn. I'll start there.
I really like the Mystical Disputes. The Rest in Peace, I think, is strong on this matchup, though removing the graveyard altogether, it's sometimes good, sometimes bad against these decks. The 1 copy of Disdainful Stroke, I think, is very good. I don't think this is a great matchup for Archangel Avacyn, but if you just think the game is generally going to go on for longer, I could see bringing in a 5-mana spell.
I don't think you want that here.
I don't think so. I would not do it.
I think it's more of a mirror breaker than anything. And I know that watching Liam play a little bit earlier in a Banned Spirits mirror, he did bring it in, and it was totally fine.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's totally fine. Also a card that you can't spell queller.
No.
Can't find it off Collected Company, which is a bit of a bummer, but you can't spell queller that card. So, but I'm with you. I don't think we see that come in this particular spot. I know we're going to have a lot of Pioneer content coming out this week on the premium side of Star City Games. A lot to talk about, honestly. Sheldon Menery, Jerry Thompson, Emma Handy, Paulo Vitor Damaderosa, of course, PV coming off of his top 4 at Players Tour Brussels. Emma, I know, playing this weekend in Phoenix. Sheldon always working on the Commander goodies. I know he's got a very topical piece coming out on Thursday with regards to some changes that are taking place in Commander.
Can you drop some bars?
That's the best I can give you. I just did.
Okay.
Topical piece about Commander. But there's other things involved. I'll let you go over those.
Oh, not only do you get access to all the content on the website, for just $7.99 a month, you also get access to exclusive benefits by purchasing on the website, including 5% off sale products, 10% off singles, and 15% off supplies. So join right now at starcitygames.com/join-premium.
Well, we're going to get ready here for game number 2 between Carlton and Greenbaum. And we know that Cole Cunningham won game number 1 here over Jake Mardello, Azorius Control, Team of Reclamation. A very close matchup in the format. Still unclear who's favored there, but for right now, Cole Cunningham currently up a game, I have to imagine, off the back of his powerful Planeswalkers in Teferi and Narset, causing some trouble there for Mardello.
And Robert Seder settling in.
As he always is.
To a deep game 1.
Never in a rush.
I'll check out his deck list.
You want to get a little look at the Azorius deck, huh?
For all you Celestial Colonnade fans out there.
Not me.
I know, but that card has a fan club.
I know it does.
There's a fan club among people who acknowledge that it's not good. It's my favorite type of fan club. We know this is not good, but we cannot help ourselves. 1 timely reinforcements in the main deck. What a hater. 2 Jace the Mind Sculptor. 2 Narset Bargo.
I remember when you tried to play Immolating Soul Eater to get an edge on Timely.
Yeah. You just zero yourself out.
That was crazy.
Listen. No one else had a better idea. Maybe that idea wasn't good, but no one else had a better one.
Okay.
Turn 2, Emily and Solia. Turn 3, I'm at 2 and you're at 6.
Yeah.
Turn 3, question mark, question mark, question mark.
Yeah.
Just die to 3 tokens from
Yeah,
Tyler
I have-
Reinforcements. Just beat.
The game plan was
Listen.
nice.
Listen, no one had anything better.
I'll never forget it. You're like, dude, I think I have the answer.
Look, I got it.
I'm not
Solely.
sure. I'm not sure if we have the same definition of answer.
You just zero yourself out. You start there.
That's fine. Whatever it takes, man. Whatever it takes. It looks like Micah will be sending one to the bottom of his deck. There it is. Fetid Pools is where we'll begin things. Breeding Pools into the battlefield untapped. Mausoleum Wanderer is how we'll start game number 2 here for Liam Carlton. A basic island and a Thought Eraser.
Interesting. I mean, there's a chance here to just tag it with the Wanderer.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to do exactly that. So makes you wonder if Greenbaum needed the Surveil to tie his hand together or not, but it doesn't look like he needs that, actually. His hand is actually quite good. It has Inverter, a third land, a Fatal Push, and Thassa's Oracle already. Well, that's a pretty darn good hand. Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, the draw. There's an island.
Fatal Push and some combo pieces here.
And we're going to go to Thassa's Oracle. Okay.
If you signed up for a 2:30 cash open enter, please report back to the stage.
So the Oracle is going to get to do its thing. Look at the top 2 cards. Right now, what Micah's in search of, is land number 4 and having it be black source number 2.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like both these cards are headed to the bottom, so not what the doctor ordered. End step. It'll be Rattle Chains. Is that worth pushing around? Looks like the answer is no. So we'll go back over to Liam. There's an attack for 2. Clear for takeoff. All right, we're going to try for a push. Well, the door is wide open now to resolve an inverter, folks. So if he's got to draw that black source... Oh, no, is it one of those lands again?
It always is.
Is it one of those fetid pools? Or yep, it's Choked Estuary this time. Oh, the allied color mana bases
yeah.
are brutal.
Oh, is it that bad?
Choked Estuary
All
on the
right,
battlefield
yeah.
tap.
Land number 3 off the top, spell queller, lock you out, beat you to Rattle Chains.
Yep.
It's a story as old as time.
That's what it could be here in just a moment. Absolutely brutal. Yep, beatdowns. And we are playing something right away here. Well, it looks like Liam hasn't found his third land, so
Fine.
he's going to play Supreme Phantom and Instant Speed, given the text on Rattle Chains to grow these creatures and give some more beatdowns in the air. We're going to head back over to Micah now. He'll draw. Opt is what he found, but I don't think he needs to play that one. I think, interestingly enough, I think he can just deploy the inverter right now, especially with him being at 12. He needs to get a creature on the battlefield. I think playing Jace this turn is just a little too risky.
Yeah.
And I'm a little surprised to see Jace being the play here.
Me too. Isn't it just really likely that it just dies?
You mean dies to those flyers that
Right.
are on the battlefield? I'm inclined to think so. Yes.
The problem here is I think you have a pretty powerful incentive to try to be go for broke here. Be risky. Because if Carlton draws land number 3, you know you're in trouble. And it's very reasonable that his sideboard has cards like Mystical Dispute or Disdainful Stroke. Like, there's no guarantee you get another shot at it.
Yeah, if I'm in Micah's spot there, I think I'm playing Inverter of Truths that turn.
I mean, imagine that Carlton's turn here is just playing another Lord. Is Inverter of Truths even enough to survive combat next turn?
Well, that's a big draw there. And also, for what it's worth, part of the reason I want to play Inverter that turn is because there's a Thought Eraser in my graveyard.
Yeah.
So that means I get to take a little look.
Yeah, coast is clear.
You know? See what's going on. Yeah, so Jace is headed to the bin. Yeah.
11:30 Legacy Challenge players. Your pairings for your fourth and final round are making their way to the blue.
We're going to go back over to Greenbaum now.
11:30 Legacy.
He's got himself
And now what?
Yeah, now where do you go?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now what do you do?
Yeah, and this is the big problem is I think Micah wasn't playing multiple turns ahead here. You know, he's firing off something like a Thoughtseize, which I think he has. We'll see how this goes. Carlton's hand might be so strong that you can't poke a hole in it.
Yeah, well, also, you Thoughtseize, you fall to 9. You play your Water Grave untapped to play Inverter, that puts you down to 7. Also, all this stuff is just putting more stuff in your graveyard, too. It's setting back the clock for you to be able to combo out. It's not just about, managing the battlefield.
Then your Jace has to show up at the right time and order, everything else. So I think Micah's just made this game a little bit too difficult on himself with the sequencing over the past couple of turns. This is that's not good news.
Uh-oh.
That card's that.
Oh, that is really bad news for Greenbaum.
That is a real problem.
Now you're just dead to, any spirit.
Mm-hmm. This is going to surprise you.
He's got spirits in his hand?
It's going to surprise you. Yeah,
multiple spirits.
Yeah, spirits in hand, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm shocked, too. So Thoughts is going to resolve. You're going to take a card. You're going to fall down to 9. You're going to play a land untapped in Water Your Grave. You're going to fall down to 7 if you want to deploy Inverter. And then at that point,
you're dead on board.
You don't even have to cast a spirit.
Right.
You're just dead on board.
Yeah, I mean, he might actually have to opt for help now.
Yep. Now, what's that help going to be? I have not the slightest idea.
What about Witch's? What's the name of that? Witch's Vengeance?
Vengeance. If that's in the sideboard.
I think he has one copy.
Yep, we're opting now.
Yeah, you hit Witch's Vengeance and you're okay.
All right. Well,
but you can't cast Inverter.
Got to try to spike now. He kept it on top. What is this? Fatal Push.
I don't know. This just doesn't seem like enough.
Yeah, I don't think that's the way to go about winning this game. You kill the Supreme Phantom, you make these creatures smaller, but you're still facing down 6 power in the air, and I think you're still in a very similar situation.
Yeah, I mean, you fall to 3, and Carlton casts whatever, just anything at all.
Well, now he's got mana up for Collected Company and 2 Supreme Phantoms, so Carlton's going to knock Greenbaum down to 3. I think you got to try to hit the lotto.
You got to spike it. You got to spike there.
Yeah. We'll go back over to Greenbaum. Drew an Omen of the Sea. Powerful card, no question, but not in this situation.
Well, again, you got to try, right? Inverter is for sure not good enough.
Here's Omen, scry 2. We'll draw a mystery card. A Dig Through Time. Oh, yeah.
Like that attack.
I like that attack a lot. Pass a turn back. Going to need Carlton to either deploy nothing or get comically unlucky with Collected Company. So here is Selfless Spirit.
Or misclick through combat.
It's
a lot.
It's going to take a lot. What'd you call it?
There's a lot of pieces to this puzzle.
The IRL DC.
The IRL DC.
Yeah.
Just get up and leave.
It's going to take a whole bunch.
Here's dig through time. And even if you find a fatal push, it doesn't matter.
Is darkness legal? I don't think darkness is legal.
Why don't you check to see if it's in sideboard before you check to see if it's legal. Also, no.
Just looking.
You want to confirm?
It's not legal.
Weird. Thanks.
It's, good at look.
It's always good to check. Liam Carlton's going to win this game and match here over Micah Greenbaum, 2-0. Bad Spirits will take care of Demir Inverter, and that means our team on the left is currently up a match. As we're going to get ready to move down to Standard, Cole Cunningham playing Azorius Control against Jake Mardello playing Teamer Reclamation. We jump into one hell of a game state that I believe favors Cole.
It's looking good.
Yeah.
A lot to a little is what I would say. So we'll make sure our life totals are correct here in just a moment.
Everything versus nothing.
I've got Glass Caskets on Brazen Borrowers, a Teferi on 5, a Dream Trawler that's probably attacked, and an Elspeth who conquers death on 2 counters. 11-13 in favor of Mardello. Explosion. No. No.
Cunningham could not have played that dispute faster.
Yeah. So, no. Time to untap and draw. Elspeth conquers death is going to return Narset.
Oh, yeah.
With an additional counter, given the text on the saga.
Team Azorius Control here, just humming.
We might have a lengthy.
Chris Marshall still in the first game.
That's right. That's right.
Team is about to lose.
Yeah.
He's probably in some sort of Azorius Control.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Teferi, the reveal there off of Narset. Already got one of those on the battlefield. Narset and a Dovin's Veto in hand right now for Cole Cunningham. If you're into a blue and or white strategies, the SCG Tour is the place for you.
Team Hallowed Fountain out here just killing it.
Up to 6. Dream on! Dream on! And Jake's going to tap all those lands. Your next spell's getting Dovin's vetoed.
Maybe, if it's really good.
Sure. 5 mana? Nah, we're done.
Yeah.
We're done. Cole Cunningham going to win this game and match here over Jake Mardello. 2-0. Team Azorius Control and Robert Seder, Liam Carlton, and Cole Cunningham. They do it to it. They win their match. They are now going to be a lock for the top 4.
Congratulations. A convincing 2-0, 2-0, 0-0 thumping.
Yes.
Of Chris Marshall, Mike Greenbaum, Jake Mardello. Congratulations. And, barring something bizarre with the tiebreakers, we'll be seeing these 3 Hallowed Fountain competitors play